Doctors, what's the most heartbreaking case you've ever seen? I'm a pediatric oncologist, and I still think about this kid Jeremy every single day. He was 12 when his brain tumor came back for the third time. At that point, we all knew there was nothing left to do. Most kids in his situation cry, scream, ask why, but not Jeremy. Jeremy came to chemo with joke books, made the nurses laugh on their worst days, called himself a human juice box every time he had to get his blood drawn. Total goofball, but underneath it, he knew what was coming. What really gutted me was when he asked to meet in my office, just him and me. He climbed into the big chair, feet not even touching the ground, and pulled out this crumpled piece of notebook paper, pencil scribbles, big kid handwriting. It was a list, people he needed to talk to before he died. Not famous people, just people. His third grade teacher, Mrs. Williams, taught him how to read chapter books. His sister Emma, who always stole his Halloween candy but shared her birthday cake. The school bus driver who let him sit up front when kids were jerks. Even his dog groomer was on there. I asked him why. He said, "I just don't want anyone to wonder if I love them." I had to excuse myself to the bathroom so he wouldn't see me lose it. The next day, he came back with another idea. For the people he couldn't see in person, he wanted to make videos, goodbye messages. So we turned his hospital room into a little recording station. For 3 days, this 12-year-old with terminal cancer sat in bed, recording videos like it was a job. One was for his kindergarten teacher. "Your hugs made it better when Mom dropped me off crying." Another for the librarian. "Thanks for always saving the new comics for me." One for Emma's future husband. She'd just gotten engaged. Jeremy told the guy he was sorry he wouldn't be there to walk her down the aisle, but he approved. Said he hoped they'd name their first kid after him. Watching him die wasn't the hardest part. Watching him plan it was, like it was a school field trip. He even made a schedule. Monday, visit with school friends. Tuesday, family movie night. Wednesday, one last trip to the hospital cafeteria because he liked the chocolate pudding. The only time I saw him break was when he realized he wouldn't make it to Emma's birthday. She was turning 13 in 2 weeks. He'd promised to help decorate. She'd been planning it for months. So I pulled every string I had, got the hospital to greenlight a party in his room. Emma and 20 of her friends came. Pizza, balloons, and that cheap sheet cake with way too much frosting. Jeremy could barely sit up, but he helped her blow out the candles. 3 days later, Jeremy died peacefully in his sleep. His parents were holding his hands. But here's the part that crushed me. The next morning, we had to set up a special mailbox in the hospital lobby just to handle everything coming in. Letters, drawings, toys. His kindergarten teacher drove 4 hours just to drop off a finger painting he'd given her in 2019. The librarian brought every comic he ever checked out. The school bus driver, this tattooed tough guy, showed up with tears in his eyes, holding a little yellow toy bus he'd painted just for Jeremy. Emma told me later that Jeremy's last words weren't goodbye. They weren't, "I love you." He looked at his mom and said, "Tell them I didn't forget." Even dying, that kid was worried about everyone else's feelings.